Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Do you notice something a little bit different? Before I talk about that, I just want to say dead quick, yesterday I put out on the channel of things that I can do to improve the content on here, and basically this was one of them. It's just like add a few things into the background, James, so let me know if this is alright. I know it's not high top notch quality studio bullshit, but it's something, and there's a bit of significance behind them. This is this season's kit, this is last season's kit where we won our first Premier League in 30 almighty years. And then this was the kit that we had the first season that Jurgen Klopp joined. So there's a few fun facts for you. And I've only put them kits there because these are the only ones I don't wear. I know these two are fairly recent, but I've got another pair of these two upstairs which have actually got like shit on the back. So these two are just getting used simply for props and this video only. Whereas this one, it's just an old one that I don't wear no more. So I found use for them and I found significance for them. And let me know if you approve in the comments down below. But anyway, boys, enough chat and shit. We have got shit to talk about because it's another episode of 10 o'clock with Redmond. Yous have been supporting this show massively and I love every single one of you for it. But don't worry, I'm not going to spend the next 30 seconds thanking you about how much you mean to me, because you do mean a lot to me. But yous know that. Yous know that now. So get a cup of tea. Get sat down, get relaxed, because that's what this is for. I even saw a comment, which I'm going to put on the screen right now, and I don't have it in front of me, so I can't read it out loud, but just thank you so much, because this comment, it was basically just saying, like, when I watch your videos, I just feel like I'm watching a mate, and that's exactly what I want this channel to be. I want you to get the vibe that we're mates, because I don't, like, if you look at me as a mate, then I am completing my objective of what was set at the start of making this YouTube channel, because yous aren't my fans, yous aren't my support, yous are my mates as well. That's the way I look at yous, and I want yous to look at me in the same way. So keep that same energy, people. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing, and these videos will 100% keep coming. Anyway, enough shit. This video is basically to talk about all the international news that's been happening. Obviously, if you don't know, Liverpool players have all players have been going away to international breaks to play for the countries, yada yada yada. It's usually a time that fans hate. If you ask me personally, I don't usually like the international break, but I really didn't mind it coming round right now because we had so many injuries, and I put it into perspective last time. Obviously, we've got a game against Everton this weekend. Line-up prediction and score prediction coming out tomorrow, by the way. But yeah, we've got Everton this weekend. And let's say if there was no international break, mate, then we would have no Alisson, no Thiago, and no Mane, I think. Whereas now, because we've had an extended break, we've got them players available. Well, we haven't got Alisson available, but we've got Thiago available, Hendo available, and Mane available, which is always Gucci to see. Anyway, back into the international news. The way I'm going to talk about this is the order of like everyone's bits to do with international football. So some players played 2 games, some players played 1, and then I'm going to conclude it and talk about who I thought the best performers was, and also the ones that we should be most excited of coming back into the team, because you've got to bear in mind we're only 4 games into the season. We haven't saw everyone. So this video will give you a bit of a perspective of some players who you might have not seen, and just players that have stood out in their national teams, mate, and that could add something to the squad either against Everton or in the next couple of games in the near future. Anyway, so first off, Brazil played Bolivia and beat them 5-0. Firmino scored 2 goals in this game. Fabinho was an unused substitute. But still, great for Bobby Firmino. Very happy for him. But I'll talk more on him in a bit. I just want to quickly run through this. Minamino was able to play 71 minutes for his national side against Cameroon. That game finished 0-0. Listen, sound, mate. Absolutely made up for him. And also, Shaqiri on his birthday. This is devastating, boys. He lost on his birthday. He lost on his fucking birthday, 1-0 to Spain. Now, I mean, there's worse teams to lose to. Spain are decent. But not ideal really, is it? But nah, good for Big Shaq to get away from the club and to talk about, not Liverpool. And he even said in a press conference the other day that, why you're asking me about Liverpool? I'm on international duty. I've got to folks ask me about my next game against Spain. You know what I mean? It's like a big club, a big team. And do you know what, mate? That's exactly what I want to see from my players. The attitude that I want my players to portray. So good on you, Jordan, because that's what I'd want to see from my captain, and that's what I'd want to see from the worst player in the squad. So I'm made up, and I'm not saying that Jordan's the worst player in the squad. I'm just basically saying, no matter what standard of player you are, you should carry that attitude at all times, because it is always about about the next game, mate. Anyway, we move into the first England game where Jordan Henderson took part. But before I do, Gareth Southgate, is he the man? I know this is a Liverpool channel, but is he the man for England? And I do have to talk about England because I don't like them anywhere near as much as I do Liverpool. But if they're doing well, I'm made up for them. So in that sense, call me a glory hunter. But it's not like I go supporting fucking Germany and Spain in the meantime. I just don't really have time for England. I don't like the way they play under Gareth Southgate. I don't like the way he employs things. Not starting Jack Grealish in the most recent game, which we'll get into in a bit. It's stupid. Starting 7 defensive players, it's stupid, it's boring, and it's not even getting us great results. Yes, they beat Belgium 2-1, but Belgium never even started with the strongest side. And it's just a load of arse. Go out there, get an Eddie Howe. Get a decent manager that'll give England a bit more of a new face, because I just feel like we're stuck in the mud almost with Gareth Southgate. But again, free to all opinions in the comments down below. Anyway, Jordan Henderson clocked up 67 minutes against Belgium. In fact, he even won the penalty, which, yes, was controversial. Still won the penalty. Captain Hendo came back and made a difference. And do you know what? Rashford slotted it away. So you can give that assist to Jordan. Absolutely, you can give that assist to Jordan. I don't give a fuck, mate. In fact, he weren't the only ones playing this game. Trent started as well, played 78 minutes. Great for him, standard. You know, he's the best right back, English right back, best right back in the world. Yada, yada, yada. This is where people call me biased. Try not mistake some of me biasness for jokes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do feel like Trent is the best right back in the world. But I only talk about my manager in the way that I do and rate my players as highly as I do, because they are just that good, and I just say how I see it, and that's what I'm seeing right now, and it's always brilliant for Trent to get a game. And Divock Origi was an unused sub in that game against England. So Virgil van Dijk and Wijnaldum played against Bosnia, and here's I'm not even going to try saying that country's name, mate. But Virgil van Dijk and Georginio Wijnaldum got a couple of minutes. And then Robbo captained his Scottish side to a 1-0 win over Slovakia. So that's brilliant for him, mate. And I actually saw a lot of the posts on that day. And it was amazing to see, mate, because so many people discredit Robbo because they compare him to what he is for that Scottish squad. Because everyone's like, but Tierney's above him in the Scottish squad. It's like, mate, put respect on Robbo's name. Like, just because you might not like Liverpool doesn't mean that you have to disrespect him. He is a quality left back, and I am not disrespecting other top left backs in the world like Alphonso Davies and even Digne. But Robbo, I feel like is better than Digne. I'm not saying levels above, but I feel like he's better than him. I feel like Alphonso Davies hasn't quite put in the time, and Tierney just at club level hasn't achieved what Robbo has. So to say for 3 games a year or 4 games a year that he starts over Robbo, to say that he's better than Robbo, just in my opinion, is a bit ridiculous. And I am trying to be as unbiased as possible there. And also a man who I'm going to talk about a lot in a bit, but Diego Jota with a 0-0 draw against Portugal. Also Wilson and Nico Williams was able to get outings against Ireland. So brilliant. Anyway, I'll quickly run through these ones and then we'll talk about the standout players. Firmino got an assist in a 4-2 win against Peru. So boss, again, Fabinho was unused. Let me know if people who do watch Brazil, is Fabinho usually unused in them games? Because I'd be interested to see. And Xherdan Shaqiri played against Germany, and that was a 3-3 draw, so that's mad. Switzerland and Germany getting the 3-3 draw. Minamino again played for Japan in a 1-0 win over Ivory Coast, but only played the second half. And Reece Williams played for the under-21s England national team, so boss. And then Diego Jota gets his 2 goals and 1 assist, a hat-trick of, you know, being involved with goals against Sweden in a 3-0 win. Basically led his side to victory, which is boss. And we're going to talk about him a lot more in a bit. Virgil van Dijk and Wijnaldum played again. Divock Origi and Kelleher played again. But also, Nico Williams got a nice little assist for Johnny Williams. So absolutely buzzing for him there. Great cross from our young right back. Anyway, to put all these performances in perspective, because that was basically the storyline of how the international duty has gone. Standout performances, let me know in the comments down below. I'm going with Firmino. That's number 1, who I think is a standout performer in this international break, mate. He's been unbelievable. I mean, for Brazil, he's lacked confidence for Liverpool. He's lacked so much confidence for Liverpool, in fact, and it's devastating to see. But at the end of the day, the be-all and end-all is, hopefully this gives him a little boost coming back into the squad, and it's going to be what we need. We're going to need them type of results again soon, the 5-0s, the 4-2s, and a player like Firmino, when on form, can help and contribute to getting them type of results, and that's what we saw in that Brazil game. And hopefully, I keep saying hopefully because I'm not sure what Firmino we're going to see when he comes back. I'm not sure if it's because of the difference in tactics and stuff. I don't watch Brazil enough to give a professional opinion on that. But in my opinion, if you ask me, and you ask me right now, I really, really think this can give him a boost of confidence that he absolutely needs, and can give him the charisma and just a little bit of momentum to just be his cheeky old little self again and just start doing skills on the ball, but actually finishing his dinner, because that's one thing Firmino doesn't usually do. But to get 2 goals and 1 assist, which was funnily enough for Richarlison, should be nothing but good for his world of confidence. Diego Jota, another player that I've got to talk about. First game, second game, a 3-0 win for Portugal, and I can actually talk about this because I saw the goals. Quality. The 2 goals and an assist that, you know, like I said, involved in a hat-trick of goals is unbelievable. And people can say, jump off your high horse, James. He hasn't played. He's only been playing for you for a few weeks. He scores on his debut against Arsenal. He then plays well in the League Cup game against Arsenal. Then plays against Aston Villa. Aston Villa. What happened there? But he still was one of our more standout men on the day, which wouldn't have been that difficult, but you get what I'm trying to offer. And then also, and this just the last thing on Jota, he's showing that he can have a conversation to be what is one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world. And from what I've seen at his days at Wolves, from what I've seen at the way he's playing for Portugal, and what I've seen at the way he's playing for us, he's one of them players that might not become the best in the world, but he's going to make a statement to get into any lineup in world football if all goes well, and with a manager like Jurgen Klopp at his side. Who's to say that Diego Jota can't reach them certain heights, mate? And I'm really impressed with him. Let me know in the comments down below, do you see Diego Jota breaking into the first team? This isn't me saying he will, and this isn't me making a prediction, but could you see it happen? Because some people are talking about it, and if Firmino does keep the form low, could you see him breaking into that number 9 role? Or could you see Salah moved into the middle, Mane moved on the right, and Jota moved on the left? All of this in the comments down below, people. Other standouts, Nico Williams getting an assist. That's great. That's absolutely fantastic. And we know that our fullbacks are more offensive than defensive, and that's always a good thing, because modern day fullbacks do need to be more aware on the offensive side of things, because fullbacks are getting more involved with how teams play. Fullbacks are getting more involved with the dynamics of things. They get more involved with the assist side of things. They're usually the third man to an assist sometimes, because they get the ball up the pitch. And Trent and Robbo can do that perfectly. Robbo captaining his side to a victory is phenomenal. And like I said before, to get the stick that he does when, you know, because he's compared to Tierney 4 or 5 games of the year, it's ridiculous. And it's great to see him make a statement with his country. Hendo, again, makes a statement with England. And obviously I've talked about everyone that played, but no one else really stood out too much. But it's always good to see a couple of your players have a nice international break, be able to spend some time away from club football, eases the nerves a bit. Hopefully, they feel a bit more prepared for the derby. Great things is, people like Mane, Salah have all been chilling back at Melwood. You know, they haven't really had anything to do. So, just boss people. I'm in a good mood. Prediction for Everton, lineup and score prediction will be out tomorrow. Let me know all that in the comments down below as well, and everything that I've talked about in this video. Who was your standout man on the international break, and who do you think is going to make the biggest impact, or could make the biggest impact on the return or in just the near future games? Anyway, yous, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe if you are enjoying this series, 10 o'clock with Redmond. And do you approve? Do we keep this? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, nice one, yous. Peace out.